So here we are, sisters. Sunday, Women's Spring Goddess Services, where every woman is priestess at her own altar, queen of her own realm, and goddess embodied. I'm your Sunday Services Center holder, Ava, and this is a re-recorded version of our Sunday services of April 5th. Our theme for this Sunday service is the unusual freshness of this spring. Since we are in this odd time of lockdown and physical isolation and social distancing, still we carry on with our goddess ideals and principles. So allow yourself to be fully present and aware in your body, knowing your body is the sacred emanation of Goddess. And realize that you are already perfect, and let her spring breeze blow through you, and let your eternal radiance shine. We don't believe in original sin, we believe in original beauty. So visualize, if you would, our spirit circle of women gathered in the unseen world, and lift your right hand, and then place that right hand on your own womb. If you've lost your womb to surgery, no matter. You still have your etheric womb, your subtle body womb. You are always whole. And now lift your left hand and place your left hand on the belly of your sister to your left, making a beautiful chain around the circle. And just feel that for a moment. And then just let it go when you're ready. Sister, your body is sacred, created by the divine. How do you hold it? And respond as beautiful, holy, and an altar in the temple of life. Sister, how do you respect your body? By caring for her, by enjoying her, by celebrating her. We are women. We remember always that our female bodies are sacred. So our intention together today is to surrender to all these amazing changes, to allow a whole new way of thinking, of living, of working together, to waft in on her spring breeze, to accept joyfully the resulting freshness of this new and unusual spring and all its possibilities. We invoke and appreciate the awareness in our own hearts and minds of the directions. They cannot really be called in, they are all present always. Air, fire, water, earth, north, south, east, west. They surround us, the quarters, with their elements. And the elements are different in different hemispheres, in different cultures. But in the end, it's north, south, east, and west, and air, fire, water, and earth. In our culture, it's east for air, south for fire, west for water, and north for earth. But however you do it, it's correct. All is one in the end. We appreciate air, fire, water, and earth for creating the physical world that we move through in. And we ask permission of our ancestresses of this land, and we ask that you ask permission of the ancestresses of whatever land you are on at the moment. Our ancestresses for this land are the Ahashman nation, and we are very grateful to these wise women of old who have held the spirit of this land for so long. We ask permission to hold this sacred circle. And we acknowledge our guides and guardians, our individual guides and guardians. We acknowledge Goddess in her name of Ostara or Eostre today. And at this point, we appreciate the altar maker. We make offerings and we charge our sacreds. This would be a time for you to place your offerings or your sacreds on your own personal altar at home if you have made one. We thank the priestesses who have worked so hard for so many years to hold this sacred circle. Thank you, sisters. We thank you, members, for sticking with us through these times. Even though we're not allowed to meet at the museum, we still have rent to pay. And we'll see how that all shakes out. But for now, if you are able to continue making your monthly tithe, we would be so grateful until we see how it all shakes out. So support what you believe in, become a member, because whether we are able to continue in physical reality in a space or not, we have no idea what will happen in the future, but we live in trust. We know whatever happens, we will remain a circle holding the principles of goddess spirituality for humanity. We will always do this. So our goddess for April is Ostara, or another name for Ostara, Eostre, goddess of spring. The Venerable Bede, as he was called, was a historian of 673 to 735, and he speaks of the goddess Eostre in his 8th century work, The Reckoning of Time. Bede says, during April, pagan Anglo-Saxons held feasts in Eostre's honor. But by Bede's time, this had been taken over by the Christians who were celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. Later scholars said Bede invented Eostre, that there was no previous goddess. And this is a way of erasing the female. This is a way of eliminating from the collective cultural memory the fact that for thousands of years, people did venerate goddess, whole continents. And so simply to say that Bede invented Eostre and that she had never existed and that these celebrations had never existed was certainly a way of eliminating the previous power of goddess in people's lives. But we know for a fact that they were wrong. Over 150 Romano-Germanic votives to the matrone Austria Henne, which is a cognate of Eostre, have been found dating from 150 to 250 AD. So it is clear from the archaeological record that Ostara, Eostre, was indeed celebrated by ancient humans for thousands of years. Now Jacob Grimm said, Jacob is of the Brothers Grimm fairy tales, he said, Ostara, like the Anglo-Saxon Eostre, must in heathen religion have denoted a higher being, whose worship was so firmly rooted that the Christian teachers tolerated the name and applied it to one of their own grandest anniversaries, of course, Easter. Grimm was not just a writer of fairy tales, he was a mythologist, a historian, a scholar. In his Deutsche Mythology, Grimm goes on to say, Eostre was the divinity of the radiant dawn, of upspringing light, a spectacle that brings joy and blessing, whose meaning could be easily adapted by the resurrection day of the Christian's God. This is still Grimm speaking. Bonfires were lit at Easter. Water drawn on the Easter morning is like that at Christmas, holy and healing. Here also heathen notions seem to have grafted themselves on great Christian festivals. This is, of course, still Grimm speaking. And here we have to part company with him because clearly it was the reverse. It was Christian festivals that grafted themselves onto earlier goddess traditions. Continues Grimm, maidens clothed in white, who at Easter, at the season of returning spring, show themselves in clefts of the rock and on mountains, are suggestive of the ancient goddess. Then through long ages, and this is still Grimm speaking, there seem to have lingered among the people Easter games, so called, which the church itself had to tolerate, and ancient customs of Easter eggs, sword dances, and special baked goods. Ostara, Eostre. The name of goddess derives from a word meaning to shine, as in the dawn. So how did the hare enter into Easter? Well, we know that the hare is a sacred animal and friend to many goddesses, going back thousands and thousands of years. Ixchel, a Mayan goddess, is shown with her hare companion or familiar or friend. The great Iceni warrior queen Boudica, who fought the Romans so successfully for so long, relied on hares as a divination tool before a battle. She would release a hare before a great battle, and the direction the hare ran would give her insights as to what she should do in the battle. Ostara, the aspect of the Great Mother that brings the shine of the dawn, the light of newness, and the beauty of spring. We speak her name with reverence, Ostara. She is the aspect of us that is older than prehistory. Ostara, an aspect of woman who will be bringing the shine for the next 10,000 years. And we gave a queen teaching for today about bringing the shine to civilization, which we will post next in a separate video. We made our offering singing our song, O great goddess, wealth and prosperity, riches flow forth from inside me. If you're not a member, please join by going to our website and making a contribution if you'd like to belong to this goddess circle. And your gift for this month from Goddess, the Queen Teachings, Class 3, The Architect of Life. Members will receive the link by email automatically, but if you're not a member, request the link or copy it down below. You see it on your screen there. This is just for Class 3. There are 12 classes in this 12-module course. It's $348, but we offer this class to you free because this is a time when women are redesigning their life. And this class, Class 3, talks about the queen in you being the architect of life. So there may be some information in it that will help you to redesign your life in a way that really works for you going forward. We made our women's prayers for the world in our circle, and we prayed that this unusual opportunity be used by women all over the world as a reset for their power to lead humanity to goodness. And we affirmed that we fulfilled the intention we set a few minutes ago to surrender to the changes, allowing a whole new way of thinking and living and working together, accepting joyfully the resulting freshness of this new and unusual spring and all its possibilities. Sister, your body is sacred. As you go forth into the world, how will you hold it? As beautiful, holy, and an altar in the temple of life. And as you go forth into the world, how will you respect your body? By caring for her, by enjoying her, by celebrating her. Let us say together, we are women, We hold that our female bodies are sacred carriers of life and are to be honored by the world. Go within and feel your deep gratitude for all your many blessings. Even though this might have been a time of challenge for you, still there's much to be grateful for. And we know that as we feel our gratitude, more is magnetized unto us. We say thank you to the ancestresses for permission to hold this circle. We say thank you to our guides and guardians individually who help us every day. We say thank you to air, fire, water, and earth. We say thank you to the quarters, north, south, east, and west. We say thank you to Goddess, she who lives within, she who is us. Our circle is open but unbroken. May the love of the Goddess be ever in your heart. Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again. In the unseen world, pass a warm hug to your sisters. This concludes our Women's Eostre Sunday services. Our next Sunday service will be May 3rd, celebrating Goddess Oshun in the beginning of summer. If you'd like to participate by Zoom, then please send us your email. Email your request to info@museumofwoman.us, and we shall send you the link, and you can participate live with our Sunday service in Circle, and we will share with you the things you might do at home to celebrate Oshun and bring the energy of this powerful female archetype into your life by making a small personal altar or wearing a certain color. So let us know if you'd like to participate. Email us and ask to be put on the list. Blessed be.